wanted to create this, I guess you could call it a series based around my life, Kirby's life, what we do as creatives, and centered around my filmmaking adventures. I think it'd be cool to kind of showcase some of that, showcase what just goes on in the day-to-day in our life. And also, for the main thing, I want to have these as memories to look back on, because we've been able to travel the world, have all these really cool experiences, and I have nothing recorded of it because I never filmed anything. So I think this would be a cool opportunity to do that, and I'm kind of tossing ideas around, like calling it the Production Diaries or something, because I still want it to be kind of featured around making films. So I'm still kind of toying with that name. It's the first time for everything, right? Okay, that seems good, but it's probably gonna fall. I'm gonna hold this so it doesn't go flying. It's not a crazy week, but got some cool stuff planned for, look, there it goes again, it's all moving. All right, tell you what, we'll talk crooked like this. Hold it right now, so. Yeah, headed to the gym right now, and I'm gonna do a quick little leg day. I think today I'll probably try to find a cool coffee shop to go finish my short film script, and I also want to start working on a feature this year. I've got two ideas in mind. I've got one that's like a musician idea, and then I have another one that is based off of my very first short film, 30 minutes. So yeah, that's kind of what the day holds today. Nothing super interesting, just a normal day. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Hope you get something out of it. I'm going to try to share some of the knowledge that I've gathered over the last 10, 15 years of doing this whole thing, and come along for the journey. I am currently headed to go pick up Kirby. She's at Alpha Land. We're gonna go grab a bite to eat. So the plan today is to go right, do some pre-production, got a haircut, and then I'm gonna go to the gym tonight. Yeah, hopefully we can make some progress on the short films today, because I need to get this thing going. I want to have it shot by next month. So this week is all about tightening up the screws on it, figuring out locations, actors, all that kind of stuff. Yo. So Kirby works full-time at Alpha Elite, and once or twice a week I like to go pick her up for lunch so we can hang out a little bit, and it's always fun, always a good time getting to kind of spend that little hour together. We're here at the coffee shop, got my cold brew. We're gonna get a little bit of work done and hopefully lock down the script 100% so that we can pick the location and do everything we need to do. So yeah, gonna hammer this out for the next couple hours. Solid writing sesh. I think the script for the thriller short is pretty much there. I think it's as good as it's gonna get for the time frame. Of course, you could always just keep messing with things and changing it constantly. Actually, just started working on another one. Just this another idea came to me, so I just started jotting some ideas down with that. So that's exciting, because now I can start working on my second short film for the year. So I like to kind of have several scripts in the bank. That way, when one ends, I can go ahead and roll into the next one. The goal is to do 3 short films this year, and then hopefully start writing a feature within this year. And the way I'm kind of writing all of these short films is that they could be expanded on into feature films, so that I can kind of start developing characters and developing ideas early, and I can use these short films as kind of like practice and tests. But yeah, we're gonna hop out of here and keep thinking on those ideas. These Alpha Land workouts, nighttime specifically, Alpha Land workouts are my absolute favorite. Yeah, I usually come like 2 hours before they close, so it's pretty dead. And I don't know, man, like I feel like every time I come to work out like late at night like this, I just get an influx of inspiration. Working out has always been kind of one of those things that, like, I don't know, it's just my time alone where I can think, I listen to music. This year, 2024, has been the year that I told myself I want to take my health serious, I want to take my career serious. And so far doing pretty good on the health stuff. I'm down 20 pounds this year. I feel like, you know, health and creativity can go hand in hand. This is where I get all my good ideas. I just kind of tune everything out for that hour and a half and just, you know, let my mind wander. I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be cool. We're gonna go to Austin and do a location scout at a buddy of mine, Ian's house, for the short film. I don't even have a name for this film. I've written it, it's a thriller, and I just wrote this one up really quick. It's gonna be good practice, so yeah. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm sad because my producer's not here with me. Psych! Look who made it.
Surprise!
Driving right now to Dripping Springs. We're gonna go location scout for this film.
And get P. Terry's.
And get P. Terry's, get food. But I'm excited because I haven't shot a film in like a proper like narrative short film in about a year and a half. So it's really cool to kind of start this whole process over. But I haven't even really like explained like what this whole film, short film thing is that I'm working on currently. So this one's going to be like a suspense thriller, not quite horror because I'm not really like, not well versed in the horror game. So I wanted to kind of branch into it a little bit. So I just wrote down, it's literally like a 3-page script. It's super small, super short, and I think it'll be a really cool opportunity to like practice lighting and everything. So this script, it calls for like a barn. It's kind of set out in the middle of nowhere. It calls for a barn slash shed workshop scene, which is 90% of the film takes place in this area.
Like, what do you hope to find out here? Or like, will there be a make or break?
So what, like, the reason that I'm thinking about here, because I do have someone that's close by that said we can use his shed, but the thing that I'm hoping that this place has that the other one doesn't is, look, I really want like a really cool back road that we can get the truck to drive, because there's
technically like 2 locations in one.
Yeah, there's a scene with a truck driving and he like hits something in the truck, so I want that like location to be kind of cool, like out in the middle of nowhere. So
and then budget wise, what's the difference in shooting 3 hours away versus close by, like local?
It's always more expensive to travel because then we're gonna have to probably pay for actors, accommodations, gas,
hotels, yeah,
like all that kind of stuff. So it'll be more expensive. But
which we haven't put a budget together for this film yet, because our budget for Cielo was,
hold the microphone.
let me get on a soapbox. Our budget for Cielo was $7,000. I think we went over budget, right? I can pull up the spreadsheet. I don't remember off the top of my head because it's been over a year now.
Yeah.
But we want to do this one for less because Cielo, we had a lot more. We had stunt coordinating. We paid for a lot more talent. Like, it was overall like the script just called for more locations and everything. So we're hoping that we can do this one a lot less. Yeah. Because we only need 2 actors, and really it's like 2 locations.
Yeah. So 2 actors, the barn location, the interior truck, and the house location. But I'm thinking I can cheat it to where we shoot at the interior of our house and use that, because I think that would be easier on everyone, because like the only actors that I know of are local to Houston. And
this doesn't have any fight scenes, so we won't have to worry about day rates for like stunt coordination or anything like that. So I feel like just that alone will be a time-saving thing. So really, financially, the only thing we need to pay for is whoever we hire out for grip, DP, whatever services, and then our talent.
So my plan is to start, like I said, I want to do these 3 short films, and then in the next probably like 6 months start working on a feature. So I'm kind of using like this short film and the next one as a test on like hiring DPs, hiring a colorist, hiring grip trucks, and like seeing who we like working with, so that whenever time comes to do that feature, we kind of have like a database.
To base it off of, for reference. Because I think, so when we made 30 minutes, we literally, I mean, we still have no idea what we're doing, but we really had no idea what we were doing then. And I think we spent it was about $1,000 or less even.
30 minutes was like $500. It was literally the cost of
It was just the cost of renting that studio space. And then like we bought all the wardrobe and stuff from Goodwill. So I think it was, definitely less than $1,000. And so when we did Cielo, we wanted to treat it like more of a proper, like have a proper budget and pay like more the industry standard for like people's day rates and all that stuff. But I think that the more times we do it, the more we realize, I mean, making movies is expensive, but we can realize where it's important to invest and where we can do DIY stuff, like where we can cut back, because at the end of the day, like sometimes having a limited budget can work to your advantage, I think. We're not trying to spend a ton of money on this one. So I think, I mean, just off the top of my head, I haven't like laid any numbers out, but I feel like we can do it for like $3,000.
My goal is to be sub 1,000 again.
What?
Yeah. I want to see how cheap we can do it.
I mean, we're really fortunate to have a lot of friends who just want to be a part of it. Like, it's fun for them and just to be, like, to support us. But with Cielo, we really wanted to treat it like we paid every single person like a proper either hourly or daily rate. And it gets expensive. I mean, we know as creators that, like, no one wants to work for free. So we never want to take advantage of anyone. But a sub $1,000 short is, I mean,
it's a lot. If
that's your goal, we can make it happen.
So
Producer Kirby.
We live in a really good community with like a lot of creative people that have gear and have talent, and have a lot of things, and the people that just want to work on stuff like this. So
it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. But that's also why I wanted to like create this whole thing, like this whole video. We
can meet in the middle and say 2,000.
Okay.
Because I said 3 and you said 1.
Well, I'm gonna shoot for if you shoot for under 1,000, then it's gonna be cheaper than 3 for sure. I think. I don't know. That's my bro math.
How many days? How many days are you gonna film? Because we filmed Cielo multiple days, multiple locations. So if we can knock all this out in 1.5 to 2 days of filming, then we for sure can do it less than 1,000.
So the thing that I learned from Cielo that I'm trying to relay over here. So Cielo, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's on my YouTube. And then I'm also, it should be out now, but by the time you see this, is the behind the scenes thing. But the thing that I learned about Cielo, or I learned from shooting Cielo, was that yes, you can rush it and you can like make the days happen, but I do feel like it's sacrificed a lot in some aspects by trying to do it so fast. So I want to do it quick, but I don't want to do it
not at the cost of
of like sacrificing the quality of it. So I think that we will, I don't know, like I think we can do it in 2 nights, 2 days.
Well, we need one portion of its daylight.
Like gold,
sunset.
Blue hour. Yeah, that's where the truck's driving. So like
a day and a half.
We could shoot that and then shoot all of the barn stuff.
It's not a ton of dialogue.
All the barn stuff in the one night.
Yeah.
And then we can shoot the interior house stuff in another night.
Yeah.
So like I think we can do 2 days. 3 would be like, okay, here's some
if we just needed pickup shots.
Yeah, here's an extra day to like, so you can spend a little bit more time. I feel like with Cielo, I didn't spend enough time with the actors to like actually like rehearse, and we could get it locked down. We were doing a lot of the rehearsal like while we were shooting. I remember like
a huge difference too. This has turned into a podcast at this point. Maybe we should start one.
Promote Passion podcast. That's what we wanted to start.
Promote Passion, yeah. So a huge difference also is that for Cielo we were rushing. Well, it was because of budget, because time is money, but also because our goal for that film, which we kind of learned a lot of lessons through that process too, was to submit it for a film festival deadline. And so we were at the point that we were making sacrifices knowingly, like we were knowingly doing things that could have been done better.
Oh yeah.
But because we were like, we have no choice. Like we set this goal, even though it was crazy, and we're like, we're going to give it our best shot. So this is different because at the end of the day, if you film a scene that you feel like could be better, or like you didn't get the performance out of the talent that you wanted, we can just reshoot, you know, like we can do it again, because we're not going to be chasing the clock.
Yeah, that's what I really like. That's what I want to do, is I do want to keep the deadline tight, because like the more days you add, that's more money you're spending, because you're paying for everyone to be there for a whole nother day. If we got to get hotels, that's a whole nother day. That's a whole nother day of food. But if I can get 2 full days of shooting, I think that would be plenty. I think that'll be a happy medium of having enough time to like take our time, really like get the actors to like feel comfortable and feel confident in their role.
Yeah, you have to set some limits.
Yeah.
If there's no limits, then it'll never get done. Like something could always be better. You could reshoot it, you know, 500 times, but you have to give yourself some level of like, okay, we have to move on, because like art's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's why like this film I think is going to be really cool, because it's like it's my first film coming off of Cielo. Cielo kind of like it kind of ruined me. Like it just like, man, whenever I made that film, I'm starting to realize, because I'm still very new in like the narrative game, that like what you see in your head might not always be what actually comes out. And
I mean, never.
It never is.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a lot of times, you're like happily surprised, but with Cielo, it was just like not what I wanted at all, and a big old bug. And it kind of like stopped me from wanting to like, not stop me from wanting to make films, but I did take a long break. Also, I took a long break because I filmed that documentary last year.
Well, yeah, I mean, you spent a whole year capturing the documentary footage, basically. I
literally, after Cielo, like I sat and I just like thought a lot about like, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I make this better? Because I think visually it looked really good. Like it was really, you know, we did the best we could visually, but like storytelling. And I sent it to this place that they critique your films, and they sent me
that feedback was like worth $1 million.
Yeah, it was really
like,
good.
That was the most beneficial, helpful information or feedback, because one thing that we've both learned is if you have an ego and you're not willing to take criticism well, you're never going to grow or get any better. And so being willing to hear people who are more experienced or knowledgeable than you in things that could be better, but not being offended by it, I feel like is such a huge sign of just like maturity as an artist.
But yeah, that feedback really helped me.
Yeah.
I've been like trying to utilize a lot of that information so that I can put it onto this next film. So
and to be able to like have fun throughout the process. Like movie making is stressful no matter what, but at the end of the day, you should feel like on fire about the stuff that you created, even if it was like crazy hard work. Because I think at the end of the day with Cielo, we just felt like we were like trying to keep our head above water.
Yeah.
Like we were drowning the whole time, for sure. Not that it wasn't fun, but I mean, it takes a lot of the fun out of it whenever you go to sleep at night knowing like, man, that could have been better.
It was hard. Even like with this film already, like with Cielo, I wrote the script and then
we didn't really spend any time tweaking it.
No, I was like, okay, let's shoot it. It's done. Let's go shoot it.
Yeah.
And I tweaked it like a little bit here and there, but nothing like this one that I've written. It's only 3 pages, but like I wrote it. I took like 2 weeks away from it, came back to it.
We argued about it.
Yeah, I told Kirby, I was like, I want you to fight me on the script. Like I want you to like read it and like just question everything about it and like be super critical on it. So she did. And actually, no, so I wrote it, I came back, I reread it, changed it, did a whole nother rewrite on it. Then me and Kirby went to town on it. And then now we're on the 3rd draft currently, and I think it's the best draft.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's like just asking questions on like challenging things like, why would this person do this? Is that his personality, or did you just write it because it was like the obvious answer? And then, I mean, really just challenging every single decision, making sure that it's like motivated for a purpose.
Yeah.
We didn't get to do that at all with Cielo.
And so I think like just that alone, it's already going to be like a better watch than Cielo was. But sorry, I hit a railroad track and made it crooked.
I think I was probably like in this part of the frame the whole time.
I can't see the screen.
Oh well.
All right, I gotta go pee. We're doing a pit stop, but to be continued.
I want you
for B-roll.
Back to my place. I need something holy on a Sunday. It's been 5 days, but I'll wait. I won't ever leave you on your own, babe. I know.
Always got to get that little boomerang every time we go to Austin.
Slow as the days go on. So just follow those cold roads.
So Ian's whole property was so cool. We showed up there right around the same time that we're going to probably want to start shooting. So it was kind of starting to get dark, kind of blue hour. And he showed us around the whole property and we absolutely fell in love with it. It was like the script was written for this set. Everything is exactly how I would stage it. And one of the opening scenes I wrote in for there to be an old truck. And surprisingly enough, Ian was like, I've got two. So we're going to be able to actually use the truck, use his property for the location, and like it all just looks really good. I couldn't have asked for a better spot.
All right, Ian. All right, so I guess this is going to be the spot. We got the shop. 90% of the film is going to take place here. We've got...
It's weirdly perfect.
I don't know. I really want to use this for something because this is super cool. And then this whole property is just like insane.
If you want to come up and do like a skeleton day
That's
with your
true,
talent,
yeah.
if you have a talent, or if you want to do a pre-light day, like
You're here.
here we are.
Yeah, I think we'll come up like maybe Friday.
Pre-light days are so nice.
Yeah.
Like let's stage it, pre-light it, and then we just move and shoot. Yeah.
Also, found a DP too in the process. Yeah, so we're
He was
gonna.
just hanging out in the woods.
Yeah.
I was just hanging out in the way for real though.
We just found him.
Sick.
It depends on the location. You find a barn, you get a DP that comes along with it.
This
So
is true.
that- it
Included
works.
in the package.
Since it was a weeknight, we had to go and come in the same day. Kirby had to work first thing in the morning. So it was a long day. It was about 7 hours total round trip. But it was a really good time for us to sit and talk about the film and talk about the ideas that we want to have moving forward. And getting to see Ian's place was awesome. It's always so good when you get to actually go to the location, spend some time there, and see it fit your film. And the fact that it fits so perfect just made everything so much better.
So what do you think about the location?
It was weirdly, I think I already said that, but it was weirdly perfect.
Yeah.
Like it felt like it matches like what you wrote.
Yeah. Like it matches so perfectly that he has a truck that we can actually use. So like I wrote that the main actor or the main character has an old truck, and that's like kind of what starts the film, and he has an old truck. And I wrote that his workshop is like full of a bunch of stuff, and it's kind of like shows his personality, and it literally fits that. There's awesome woods like all around that we can film in, so even if we want to go get some cool shots, like just like wandering the wilderness.
I think the only challenge we'll have is like the house portion.
Yeah.
Just figuring out, because he did say that we could use his wife's parents live on the property and that we could use their house, but we also want to be respectful and not like invasive. But I mean, that part we can either tweak the script or find a different location and just make it look like we're in the same spot for like the interior shots.
Yeah, it's super cool too, because like I wrote in there that there's a dirt road that the guy goes down and everything, and literally like the road coming into the property is like that. It's like a perfect dirt road where the trees kind of grow over, so it's literally like the script is made for this location.
And he wants to be a part of it, which is like awesome, because he knows the ins and outs of the location and can practice lighting beforehand and all the like practicing all the shots. So
Ian, thanks for an awesome location, and I'm pumped to have you DP this film. So I'm gonna go in and get some coffee because we got about a 2.5 hour drive home, so we get to go home and start the pre-production process officially.
I gotta get up early for work tomorrow.
Yeah. So I think
it's worth it. It's worth it.
We're planning on shooting. Today is the 17th, April 17th. Tentatively, we're thinking May 25th to do production. So that gives us a little bit over a month to get actors, rehearsal, wardrobe, all the crew that we need. I got a shot list. I got a storyboard.
If we need to book flights for anyone.
Book flights, hotels. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun month. And I'm glad that you get to come along the journey and see the chaos and watch us learn in this whole process, because we're learning
Just practice.
just like anyone else would, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
just practice. But we're gonna head home, get some sleep, and Kirby's got to get up bright and early for work in the morning. So we'll see you back in Sugarland.